So, this is going to be my last video in a CR England truck. There. Spilled the beans right off the bat. So, let me explain everything that I'm doing and how I got to this point here. As far as training at CR England, okay, if you remember me saying in, I don't think it was my last video, maybe the one before that, I don't agree with the way CR England is doing this training shit. Where they are mandating their trainers to be in a 3-bunk truck. That I don't agree with. The biggest reason I don't agree with the way that CR England is doing their training is they are allowing students to come off the truck at 70, 80, 90 hours of training. I have a very big problem with doing that. I did try it. I mean, as you guys know, if you've watched my videos, I did have 2 students, and they had about 70-ish hours, and they got off the truck. They did their upgrade. Luckily enough, they passed. But, you know, last year when I was doing the training with CR England, at that time the students had to do 160 to 180 hours. There were quite a few students that I didn't even feel comfortable allowing off my truck at that point. Now I gotta have them off the truck 70, 80, 90 hours ish. To me, you guys, if I was looking at the owners of CR England, I would tell them that you guys are going to create a massive problem. You guys are going to be the cause of killing somebody, whether it's a driver or, you know, somebody in the general public. It's a very hard pill for me to swallow. So some of you would say, well, just quit training and go back to running solo. Yep, I could do that, but I have decided to get into my own truck. So I am actually going to be leasing a truck, and I am going over to Prime in order to do that. Now, the reason why I went with Prime, first of all, I didn't do a whole lot of research in it as far as calling other companies and talk to them about leasing a truck, you know, through them and whatnot. I've got a friend of mine that had went over to Prime, and he's very successful over there in what he's doing, leasing through them. And you know, I specifically called him up and I says, listen, this is what I want. I want solo. I want this type of pay. I want, you know, to be able to do things to my truck. You know, this is what I want. I gave him all the details, and it's spot on, you know, over there at Prime. So, and then I've also heard of a lot of people telling me in the past that if you ever lease a truck, go to Prime to do it. So I decided that's where I'm going to go. Now, I did talk to the recruiter at Prime. She verified everything that I've been told by other people. And currently at home right now, and I'll actually be cleaning this truck out tomorrow morning, and I leave for Prime on Sunday morning. Now, this was the other thing that kind of threw me off. I was not looking forward to go to all the way to Springfield, Missouri. Now, that would have been a 22-hour bus ride. It would have been a $600 worth of, if I decided to rent a car. And then sitting there talking to the recruiter, and I didn't realize this till the last minute, but I'm only going, they have a facility 200 miles away from my house. So, needless to say, I don't have to take the 5-hour bus ride. nor am I renting a vehicle. I'm going to actually have April drive me down there, and then she's going to come back home. So that's going to make my life a whole lot easier. Now, how do I feel about leaving CR England? It's bittersweet. Part of me is excited. I'm moving on, taking the next step in my career. I'm doing something different. I'm doing something bigger. You know, I'm going to have my own LLC. It's going to be, you know, my own company, per se. And, I don't know. CR England will always be home. They are making changes that I don't agree with, though. And I just, to me, it's just not sitting well with me. And like I said, it's time for me to move on. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I know a lot of people have, you know, left comments that they're coming to CR England and that they wanted me to train them. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here to do that. But I will be here on YouTube to answer any questions. Now, the way that CR England is, as fast as they're changing things, I may not have the most accurate answer, but I still have my connections through CR England, so I can very easily make a phone call and get an accurate answer if I don't know it already. So, you know, I'll still be out here, you know, to help you guys. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, and I don't mention this often, but I do have a Facebook page as well. You can go on Facebook, search Trucker Al. I am on there. That's also another easy and fast way to get a hold of me. If you need a fast answer, if you guys want to like my page, every now and then I post stuff up on there, whether it's educational or comical. A lot of things about Swift. So Swift's all over the place. So that is that. Trucker Al's leaving CR England again, but for good this time. Like I said, it's for a good reason. It's time for me to move on, take the next step. And I was nervous about it in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. My nerves were shot. I wasn't sleeping right. But now I'm, you know, now that everything has been approved through Prime, you know, they did the background check and your employment history and all that. The one thing that they did make me do while I was here at home was go to the local DMV and get my tanker endorsement put on my license. So I did that this morning. Very easy test, 20 questions, and it's all common sense. So I got that taken care of. I did the drug test this morning, so that's done. So everything's been approved. So I start orientation on Monday, and I shall have my brand new truck on Friday. I hope. That's what I'm being told. So now, from what I hear, Prime's orientation is, they say it's a 5-day orientation, but it's more like 4, and then on the 5th day you're working on your truck or picking out your truck. But I hear that the orientation at Prime is much different than anywhere else. I know they do a lot of checking in on you, I guess we'll say, which is fine. That's a good thing. I welcome it. Bring it. So it's gonna be 5 days in the hotel. I'll get there Sunday, so it'll be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I get the truck, so we'll say 5 days in the hotel. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. Learn new things. And time to grow. Grow as a person. Grow as a, I don't know if you want to call it a business owner. But now, I made a phone call just before I started this video, and I says, you know, would you be considered a lease op or an owner op? And the way that I look at it, it's kind of like buying a house. If you buy a house, you're paying a mortgage, you're still making payments. Are you a home leaser or a homeowner? So, I mean, I'm going to be obviously making payments on a truck, so am I a lease op or an owner op? And I guess it depends on who you ask. So, yes, I am leasing the truck. I can buy it once the lease is up, if I wanted to, or just turn it in and get another new truck. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I guess it depends on the truck that I'm getting. I am shooting for a 2020 Freightliner. This was another major question that I've been asking different people over the last few days. Now, it's a toss-up between a 2020 Freightliner and a 2020 Peterbilt. Here is why I think I'm going to go with the Freightliner. One, I hear nothing but bad things about the newer Peterbilts. Two, again, if you watched my videos, you guys know that I went to US Express for a month or whatever it was, and I was in a Peterbilt there. That's the one that the whole thing lit up like a Christmas tree, broke down on me. I was on the side of the 90 in New York. Got towed to a garage in the middle of the night. They spent 6 hours on it during the day. They told me they found a broken wire to the battery that caused the problem. I knew right off the bat they were full of shit. All they did was replace that wire, reset the monitors, and then sent me on my way. That wasn't the issue. So then 20 miles, 30 miles down the road, all of a sudden, truck lights up like a Christmas tree again. And I'm on my way home at this point. So now I know we have a Peterbilt dealer right where down the road from where I parked the truck. And I know the guy that runs the place. Well, that Peterbilt sat there for 3.5 weeks. And that's when I got shipped back out by bus to US Express to pick up another new truck, because this one was taking forever to fix it because they couldn't find the problem. They were chasing a broken wire and they couldn't even find it. So that was my bad experience with the Peterbilts. Now, as far as the Freightliner, I've never really had any issues with these trucks. Out of all the Freightliners that I've been in, I mean, you guys see the videos, I've been in quite a few of them. But the only problem that I've ever had, I blew a tire twice. In fact, it was the same tire on the same damn truck. So, other than that, I've never had any issues, mechanical issues with the Freightliners. So I think that's why I'm going to stick with what I know. I know the Freightliners. I know where everything is. I know how they run. And like I said, I've never had any issues with them. And I take care of the trucks. I don't beat the shit out of the trucks either. And I think that that's another big factor on why people have problems with their trucks, because a lot of times they beat the crap out of them. So that is the plan. Now, as far as the videos are going to continue. Even more so. I am actually in the process of saving up a little bit. I got to buy a new laptop because I want to start making the videos on a laptop versus my phone. I spent a lot of money on editing software for the computer and stuff like that, and the laptop that I got, where I toss that thing out the freaking window. So, as far as next week goes, like I said, we start on Monday, 7 a.m. We're going to be going down to Pittston, Pennsylvania. I'm going to take some video footage of the drive down there, and every day from Monday through the orientation, Monday through Friday, we're going to do a video. I'm going to explain on how the process is going and what they do there at Prime, and how things go, and if there's any issues or This way everybody knows, in the event that maybe in the back of their head they're thinking someday they want to do what I'm doing. So this way there's no surprises for you. So stay tuned for that. That's all I got for now. It's kind of depressing. It's like I'm leaving home, I'm leaving the nest. But it's also exciting. I'm sure I'm going to get both positive and negative feedback on what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, and that's fine. Bring it on. Shoot your comments down below. If you guys got any questions, I'm here for you. Till then, I'll see you soon.